Going further into the 10 numerology for this tarot hack, we're going to be looking at the Wheel of Fortune, which is where we experience a radical change in our life. And so a lot of times people think the Wheel of Fortune is inherently good card, meaning essentially you win the lottery or everything gets better in life. But more so, it's that everything's about to go through a climactic shift the same way the seasons do. This is the turning of the wheel. This is the evolution of the pterodactyl into the eagle. So this is a change. It's different. It's not about being better or worse. It's about things changing because of the actions you've taken. That's why the 10 numerology is either going to be something that you experience as incredibly beautiful or incredibly brutal. And if it's incredibly brutal, it's just because of what happened at the 9 numerology. And so we're going to get into that. So with the 10 of Swords, this is the sacred realization where intellectually you have completed your quest in a way and a new one is beginning. However, if in the 9 of Swords you hadn't, let's say, faced your fears, you hadn't gone through that phase, you sort of skipped over that or just sort of pushed down or suppressed your fears, these are something that's going to come up in the 10 of Swords in a brutal realization. Now, if you faced your fears, then when you get to the 10 of Swords, this is a painful, but at the same time beautiful, artistic realization that things are moving on, even though it's not the way you originally envisioned back when you had that Ace of Swords, divination or that divine inspiration. 10 of Wands, this is the point at which you've succeeded at something. You're essentially at the top of the mountain, but there's this question that was supposed to have been brought up in the 9 of Wands where you were asking yourself, are things moving in the direction I really want them to? I know I've been working at this for years, but has what I actually want changed over time? And if it has changed, but you've ignored that part, then the 9 of Wands becomes the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands becomes incredibly difficult and brutal. So you get up to the top of the mountain successfully, but you're injured in some way. And so that 9 of Wands moment before was incredibly important to question whose banner you're waving, whose allegiances you have, and if you're sort of working for the right, quote unquote team. When you're in the 10 of Cups, this is the point where, just like with the 9 of Cups, will you accept abundance into your life? Will you emotionally accept these good things in? Will you allow them to come to be? Because if you do, they're all going to be there. Well, with the 10 of Cups, if we allowed that in, then the 10 of Cups means we'll be surrounded by other people, which then multiplicatively increase the prosperity of our life, and vice versa. We'll increase that for them as well. And so this is something that could be really beautiful. Or if we didn't accept that 9, then of course we might not be surrounded by the right people. And then of course the 10 of Coins, you've successfully achieved something back at the 9 of Coins if you had successfully planned what it is that you really wanted